Hey everyone, Elliot Richardson here, Friends of Acadia Football Executive and Communications Coordinator here with Axeman Riley Comeau today as one of our off-season profiles for players. We'll talk a bit more about it, but some of the highlights for Riley recently. He did recently get invited to the regional evaluation camp, so CFL kind of combine. Has been as an all-star this year, and there was also an East-West member this past year. So good personal achievements, but we'll talk a bit about what brought him to Acadia, sort of his progression trajectory, and then also a little bit about his area of focus for business or for studies has been, where he's looking to go in the future and all that. But appreciate your time today, Riley.
Well, yeah, thank you for having me. It's an honor.
No worries, man. Yeah, so I mean, you probably got there just after I left. I left in 2020. Moved back to Ontario. I left just before the 2020 school year. So give me a bit of the past. Like, how did you get to Acadia? Where'd you initially start from? Where you grow up, and how'd you get to Acadia?
So like I'm local. Like I grew up like 10, 15 minutes away from Wolfville, and so like started playing football when I was young, and then I mean, it definitely helped that like my first couple of years playing football, I played with Coach Cummins' son. So I knew he was like the coach of Acadia, and just started going to games when I was young. And from there, it's just I just saw like the family, the connection that all the players have, and stuff like that. And I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. So it's so happened that I got reached out to by Acadia when I was done high school. So, and it's just always been a place I've wanted to go. So
very cool. So you're a Horton guy?
No, NECAC.
Okay, NECAC guy. So NECAC guy in the region. Did you play any like Team Nova Scotia growing up, or were you just NECAC all the way through?
No, I was Team Nova Scotia. Played in my U15, U16, and a U18 year, I think. So
okay, and then you came in, and then so fall 2020, that's sort of September 2020 was your first year?
2021.
2021. Okay, so year after I left. So tell me about that, because that's still kind of the COVID time. Obviously, they missed the 2020 year with no football. So 2021 was sort of the first year back, correct? Like, what was that dynamic? What was it like at Acadia at that time?
It was definitely hard to get used to. Like, say I lived in res, like there wasn't that many people in like res, or like you had to wear masks everywhere. And the shortened season too. Like we only had 6 games that season instead of 8. So it was definitely an adjustment coming out of high school, and just having that, I guess, shorter summer too, because like we only had 2 months or a month basically to work or do whatever before training camp started. But it was definitely weird and hard to get used to. But
yeah, we all somewhat seems like a distant path, but still not that far from today, going through that. And having lived a part of it at Acadia at the initial parts of COVID, it was definitely tricky, and definitely like affected university students more than anything. So you go through that year. That year is kind of a wash. Like, fast forward to 2022, 2023. What does your progression look like with the team? Your time like there?
The way like I see like my progression was like it just kept growing. Like I just like kept just like buying into the program more and more, and it's just like it helped me as a player get better, but also me become more of like a better teammate too. So like it's just like I got closer with the guys throughout like the past 4 years I've been here, and like it took a big jump in 2022 because we lost a lot of older guys happened to leave that year. So it was just like a group of like basically like a super young team just came together and just bonded, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I remember we had a lot of senior guys like in 2020 still kind of holding on from that 2019 team that were just hoping for the next season. Almost never really came, and then it seems like we had this mass exodus of like almost no roster left from that previous team in 2019, 2020 to where you were, which made it for a bunch of young guys that didn't have any experience. You talked about buying into the process and the program. Like, what parts do you think really helped you in terms of allowed you to grow as a player while you're at Acadia?
Just honestly, just like keeping your head down and working and just like make sure you're doing the right things. Because like obviously everyone slips up every once in a while and they forget a day to eat 'cause of school or something like that, or not miss a lift, but don't work your hardest and lift. But like if you just keep stacking the good days and then just make sure you hit the gym and get stronger, that's something that really helped me the past couple of years. Just make sure I'm getting stronger each year. So
Nice. Yeah, strength and conditioning program. I mean, I'm biased towards it. Think it's super critical and important. There's always, I mean, since help initiated, always been a good infrastructure, especially with football, from a strength and conditioning perspective. So when do you start to really find, find your footing on the field and start to become, a starter and a key contributor to the team that would have obviously led you into an invite to the East-West game?
It like really all started from my first year. I was
Mhm.
lucky enough to be a first year player who got special team reps, got on the field. Didn't make that much of an impact, but like it carried through to my second year where I was starting on all special teams, and then from there, my third year ended up getting some starting roles, and that's where it really just like grew and took off pretty much. But like special teams is like a key part of that. Like I even tell like a lot of like the first years this year that like who say they want to start and stuff like that, but it's just everything starts in special teams. That's where you make a name for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the next level, that's kind of the same deal. But that, your story looks like it's the type of players I think do really well at Acadia are the ones that come in, they develop over 3 years, like might be under the radar year one, might not be flashy, splash recruiting lands or commits, but then by the third year, they're contributing and playing in the East-West. So what was that experience like? Haven't played there myself. I know what it's like, but what was it like for you to be at the East-West game?
It was an unreal experience in my opinion. Like just like the amount that I was able to learn from not even just like the coaches that was coaching us, the other players, like a lot of like the older guys from the RCQ and stuff who are coming in at like 23, 24 years old, just like lots of experience. Like you just learn so much from everyone in the entire week. So.
Yeah, it was, and it's also one of my biggest takeaways, which you probably felt too, is there's a bunch of other guys there that just love football as well too, right?
Yeah.
You found like a whole bunch of people that just like you, right? That like it as much as you, that are about as good as you are, and that have the same goals and aspirations. So yeah, like obviously, 2023. A bit of a disappointment, but 2024 made some significant improvements. So how did it feel to be a part of something to see the program grow and progress, get some pretty exciting wins this year?
It was just again like unreal. It's just like to
Mhm.
see like obviously we didn't win as many games as we wanted to or perform as well as we wanted to, but like just seeing the program from where I came in my first and second year, from going like 0-8 to even just like stacking the wins each year, it just means like we're slowly doing the right thing and just taking the program into the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one thing we've noticed from an alumni perspective of, the program's on, I think, an upward trajectory, which has been really good. Now back to you personally, like what's going in to sort of being invited to a CFL evaluation camp regional? What's your preparation like? Like, what are you focused on right now to get ready for that?
Like I kind of just me and coach had a conversation about it, and we just kind of said that I'm gonna like just treat my training just like the same as like what the entire team's doing right now, because I do plan on coming back for a fifth year, hopefully, if it combine stuff doesn't work out. But like basically what we're doing in training right now correlates like everything that like the combines for, like just getting faster, getting stronger, getting quicker. So just doing that, just sticking with the team, and then we also have like indoor sessions for like the field just to work on 101s and drills and stuff like that. But
Yeah, so it sounds like the consistent theme of this is just sticking to the plan, sticking to the process, because that's what's brought you success so far.
Yeah.
And it sounds like for a lot of the guys in the locker room, the program as a whole, you know, the process is working and the plan's working. You just got to keep on working the plan.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the plan going into this year. Like if the CFL doesn't work out, that's great this year for the team, because you're going to come back and go into your 5th year. It'll be your last year of eligibility as well.
Yep, I will be.
Okay. What this kind of gets in kind of the academic side. Like we didn't cover it early, but like what'd you come in? What have you been studying the last 4 years? Where's this direction going?
Kinesiology.
Okay. And what's been like your areas focus in the kinesiology? Knowing myself, there's multiple streams, but from from your perspective, what have you been interested in? What have you been focusing? Where do you see yourself going in the future in the kinesiology world?
I've kind of kept it pretty general, but I've been on the fence of teaching recently, because I've done a lot of stuff with coaching. I've coached like a U12 basketball team right now, and I help out the Valley Bulldogs, stuff like that, just like teaching the younger generation. And I found a lot of love in that, like just like being able to teach and like spread the knowledge that I know, and also just learn what other people know, and just being able to just sit there and help people pretty much.
Yeah, so helping the next generation, maybe going to teaching. Yeah, that's cool. And we can talk about it offline, but I know within, what I've learned from the network of alumni, like right now there's well over 20 high school football coaches that are ex-Certified Acadia football players, pretty big network. And there's also a lot of ex-teachers as well too. And a lot of ones have done both, that are ex-teachers and have, either coached or started their own programs at their school. So if that's something down the road you're looking at, I know there'd be a lot of people in the network that would want to reach out and help you out through that, whether it's give you some tips, pointers, or if, Nova Scotia is not home for the next stage of your career, that if you're looking to go somewhere else in the country, I can almost guarantee you there's an Acadia Axeman alumni that's teaching in that area or knows someone that can help you out. So we'll keep in touch about that, but don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I appreciate hearing and learning more about you, Riley. Where you've grown up from a grassroots perspective, and seeing the benefit of like things like Valley Bulldogs and some of the work we've done at that level, to your progression and trust in the process, to what you're looking to do after the CFL. So appreciate your time today.
Thank you.